Yeah, I'll be there in a minute. I just have such a headache. Oh my God. Oh. Yeah, I'll be there in a minute. I just have such a headache. Oh my God. Oh.
Billy, your audio, as you know, I can tell. Where'd your audio go? Good morning, everybody. Bill. We lost Bill's audio. 2 seconds before we came on, we had a problem with Bill's audio. It was there. Now it's not. Bill Bush. I thought I heard you. Go to your settings there, Bill. I hear you, I think.
I know. You know what happened with my...
There we are. Good morning.
No, it's really bad. It's the... still getting all the echo. It's the default. You can't switch to the roadcaster, Steve, until you're out. You're out. You got to fix it, and then you got to go back in. So I've got all kinds of echo. Is there echo out there? Are you hearing all kinds of echo? Because to me, it's like...
Bill, why don't you jump out and come back in?
Yeah. Say hello, everybody. See you later.
Jump out and come back in. Alrighty. Technical difficulties on a Monday morning. I'm going to take a look at the comments and see what's going on here. Very good morning from Lakewood, Delaware. I love that, Nita. Right before we came on, everything was fine. And all of a sudden I go, Billy, what just happened to your audio? And he goes, I'm not sure. It's getting echoey. And then we tried a few different things. As you can see, we came on a happy Monday. Thank you, Honeybee. We came on a second late and here he comes. Let's see. There he is. No, there's no audio. We don't hear you again, Bill. Oh boy. Okay, well, dead quiet here. Good morning from Richard. Morning, Miriam.
Gotta go to the computer mic. It doesn't, this mic doesn't work.
We're not getting any feedback. I'll say that. It's not, I don't hear the short.
Yeah, but you can hear me through the mic.
Yeah, and it's okay.
So the nice one doesn't work.
But anyway, honestly, it sounds okay.
Good morning. I don't know what to do without this thing in front of me. I feel like it's I'm used to it. So anyway, God almighty, so much going in the world of sports is where I am. I cannot believe what I saw last night. Oh my God, the Ryder Cup and the oh God, that was such a heartbreak. The American team was just all weekend long. They were terrible, and then they mount this crazy comeback on Sunday. You know what's great is the texts start flying around. People are like, "Holy shit! Are you seeing what's happening? Are you seeing what's happening? Oh my God, tune in. And so I go and I'm like, because I was done. I mean, I thought the U.S. team was just finito. They looked awful. And then all of a sudden they make these moves and we got down to the wire. And it almost happened until poor Henley, who had played so well, pulled one into the bunker on 18, but then he hits a shot up to about 10 feet from the hole for a birdie putt. All he has to, and Shane Lowry, who he's playing against, puts it to about 5 feet, halfway inside. Henley misses the putt. Lowry makes the putt. All they needed was to tie in order to get one little half point to cinch. But had Henley made that putt, guaranteed we would have won the Ryder Cup in the greatest comeback ever. That's the triumphant part of it. The horrible part of it is the U.S. fans, mostly these Long Island goons, were outrageously rude the whole weekend long to the Europeans. It was disgusting. Golf is a sport. I play it all the time. It is a sport of tradition. It is a sport of etiquette. It is, I was so embarrassed, these assholes. And you know what they did? I mean, one of them threw a beer on Rory McIlroy's wife. Are you kidding me? Take a listen to Rory talking about
Fine.
this.
She is a very, very strong woman. She handled everything this week with class and poise and dignity like she always has, and I love her, and we're going to have a good time celebrating tonight.
I actually had no idea that Erica had a beer thrown at her yesterday. So fair play to Erica. She didn't bring that to the team room. We didn't make that a big deal. That's news to me, that says a lot about the strength of Erica and everybody in this team today.
I was out there for 2 days with Erica McIlroy, and the amount of abuse that she received was astonishing, and the way she was out there supporting her husband and supporting her team was unbelievable, and kudos to her for that.
Go on, Erica.
Yeah, Richard Master here, our Englishman who joins us. We love our Englishman, Richard. Yeah, disgraceful, embarrassing. I think it's the live golf influence. I mean, it's just this like party atmosphere. Yeah, that's not golf. You know, go to Giant Stadium, go to Madison Square Garden. But Jesus, it's golf, man. You know, I like a golf clap. A little respect out there. Such a beauty. Imagine that at the Masters. They throw your ass right out. A tremendous apology should be given on behalf of Keegan Bradley, the captain, for what that was, even though it had nothing to do with him. Did you see Shane Lowry, the guy that made the birdie putt in the end to give them that final half point on the 18th hole? He the day before, he took a run at, like, this guy was like in the crowd. He like went over to he's a big guy, Lowry, and that's why they paired him up with Rory McIlroy, because the fans mostly go after Rory. It's disgraceful. This game is made a shit ton better by Rory McIlroy. He's a great presence in the game of golf. I was so unbelievably embarrassed. I'll get off of it, but woo! Anyway, morning from sunny Long Island. There you are, Aaron Calamuso. I had nothing to do with any of that behavior, nor condone it. Aaron, you's better check your nephews, your cousins over there, and make sure that them guys were not out there drinking too much beer and screaming at these nice, young, beautiful European golfers. Crazy. Padres in the wild card, eh? Oh, yes, indeed. And the Dodgers in the wild card. It all gets going this week. Very, very exciting. Clayton Kershaw's last year. Can he do it? Good morning, everybody. Hello, Moxie. How you doing? How you doing? Scooter. What's that mean, Steve? Scooter, what am I missing here? Oh, Scooter said something funny.
Yeah, I think Scooter said something earlier. I was just going back to see what.
Nice win for the Chiefs. The Chiefs had a failure to launch at the beginning of the football season, and they seem to be putting it together. Big fan of Josh Allen. We love him. The Bills go 4-0. Not a pretty game, but still a win. Does anyone want to recognize my team now? Oh, you know what? Jessica, Eagles fans drive me up a wall. I get it. You have a great football team, but your fans are brutal. I mean, I was talking to someone from the Giants organization. They said, you know, if you drive your car in there and they see a New York license plate, you get keyed. They key your car if it's from New York. These are goons. But let's talk about somebody special. There he is, baby, the future. Woo-hoo-hoo! This guy's special. Jackson Dart is special. You know what really sucks, though? Makes me feel old. I look at his mom in the stands and I'm like, who's that nice, pretty young woman? Jesus Christ, his mom is like 40 something. This guy is an all-star, Jackson Dart. Steps in for the Giants. They're 0-3. I played in this golf tournament. I told you guys this team golf tournament. Well, one of the people from one of the clubs, two of the were the Mara family. So I got to talk to Chris Mara of the Giants, and I was like, oh my God, you guys are putting in Dart. This is amazing. I sat at the table with him, and he's like, yeah, no, you got to give the people what they want. And this guy's like raring to go. They put him in. He's a leader. And they beat the 3-0 Los Angeles Chargers, the 0-3 Giants against the 3-0 Chargers. Justin Herbert, quarterback for the Chargers, is one of the best quarterbacks in the game, top 5 for sure. And Jackson Dart, he just shows that he's not afraid to take a hit. He looks tall from that angle. Yeah, he's not like that big. Woo! I'm so happy. I'm so happy for the Giants. That's a tremendous victory. And I told you, we've had a long history of great Ole Miss quarterbacks in New York. Charlie Connerly in the 1950s was the quarterback for the Giants. And then, of course, you got Eli Manning, and now you got this guy. He's a total stud. The only real New York team, Bills Mafia. Sherry you're basically Canada. You're Lake Erie. Come on. I'm not throwing you out of the state, but I'll tell you what. Your quarterback lives in my town here in L.A. because he married Haley Steinfeld. I'm telling you, Josh Allen is probably a mile, maybe a mile and a half from me. And I play golf with him. I played in the 2 tournaments ago at our place. We got Allen, and he is the nicest guy on the planet. I've never seen a nicer guy. The president of our club, his sons were caddying for Josh Allen. And they were like, oh, Mr. Allen. I mean, they're just... And he's such a gentleman. And he brought Haley to the event at the end. Could not be a cuter couple. Nicest guy. He wears one of my wristbands. I have clutch wristbands. Little nickname that came my way. Love that guy. So go Bills. I'm all about it. The Giants are not going to get to the Super Bowl. I'd like to see Josh get the first Super Bowl of, I think, what will be many, right? So, yeah, God, the Ryder Cup disgrace, the Giants triumph, many great games. Eagles versus Giants in 2 weeks, says Mary. Oof, I bet that's in Philadelphia. God, those people, they're brutal down there. Last night, also, Dallas and Green Bay. Hell of a Sunday night football game. Went through to overtime and ended in a tie. When's the last time we saw a tie? Yeah. 40-40. Isn't that crazy? No, Jessica. I don't know. The Dart effect is happening. It throws a whole wrinkle in the thing. They don't know what to do with this Jackson Dart kid. He's just relentless positivity. It was the return of Micah Parsons last night. You can see him taking a look at Dak. I'm gonna eat you alive. They went back and forth. It was one of the best gunslinging football games I've ever seen, man. That was a great game. Definite pass interference on 3rd and 6, right? In the end of the game, Green Bay, 3rd and 6. They're in overtime. Pass interference down towards clearly, a first down. They get away with it. Cowboys get away with it. It becomes 4th and 6. This is what a professional does. You don't sit there and bitch and bitch and bitch. You lost a call. You got screwed. Regroup. You got one chance to get 6 yards on 4th down. Bang. Jordan Love did it. They extended the game. I couldn't stop looking at the Jones family. So many heirs up there. So much money. You know what I mean? You can see like Steve is the son that's likely going to take over for Jerry when he lets go of the reins in 20 years at 116 or whatever he is. And you got Steve, then you can see Steve's son. You can see him like right behind his granddad in his sport coat and his shirt. And he's like, yeah, granddad, great. Yeah. That guy's definitely going to inherit the team after his father. You can see this long line of just sport. This guy's been wearing a sport coat since he's in 10th grade. You wondering what this is? Somebody's wondering what this is. I'll tell you what. I had to get something frozen off the side of my nose. My mom had melanoma when I was like 1. She had a 50-50 chance of living. So I have to go in constantly. I'm like John McCain at the dermatologist.
Bill, I was jumping in because you're talking about Jerry, and we love a good story. You and I were in Dallas. I think it was for a First Lady interview. And we went out with someone in the Jones family. We went pretty big one night, but I don't remember who that person was.
Was it Jerry Jones Jr.?
Maybe.
My buddy Marty Whitmer. He's friends with Jerry Jones Jr.
It must have been him.
Before, but I don't think he's in the biz. I think for some reason, too bad, because that's the guy we kind of have now.
Yeah, we had a great night. That's for sure. But I don't remember who it was in the family. And I think it was after you interviewed Michelle Obama in Dallas.
Yeah. I like Lisa's got her own thing going here. She's just popping in there. I love Lisa. You're unbelievable. Lisa's like, she's like, now, Joy, did you get your kids? Did you pick up that gift you wanted to do on Thursday? This is a whole separate thing going on. It's unbelievable. I love that. Billy, Jerry Jones lives in Highland Park, Texas. I went by his house. He lives near Mark Cuban. I bet he's got a spread, huh? It's got to be big. I bet he's got a big old house right there. Right? If he doesn't, like, that guy went in there, an Oklahoma oil man. He was an outsider. He came in and that Dallas Cowboys documentary is so good and really well done by Jerry, because it just, it makes you love him. And that's, hey girl. Yeah. Crazy. So speaking of football, we all thought Taylor Swift was definitely going to do the halftime show at the Super Bowl in Santa Clara, Levi's Stadium, home of the San Francisco 49ers. Not going to happen. Bad Bunny is. And all the older people said, who? Bad Bunny. Canejo Malo. Nasty rabbit. There he is. Bad Bunny. All I know is he's the king of Latin trap, which is like Southern hip hop meets reggaeton and other things. He is the Puerto Rican prince. He is very sexy. He's subtly funny. He speaks very bad English, but somehow he's very funny. He's kicking off Saturday Night Live's new season this weekend, coming up. Bad Bunny. He was dating Kendall Jenner. I know that. He was the #1 streamed guy on Spotify from 2020 to 2022. And then who knocked him off in 23? Of course she did. Taylor Swift. Do you think Taylor Swift said no and then they went to Bad Bunny? Or maybe she's like getting married. She's planning on having babies and all that. She's like, it's too much right now. I need to take a break. Taylor Swift has a very good instinct as to how much to do and when to do it, and when might be too much. And I think that might have something to do. Also, this is a Rock Nation deal. Jay-Z is the guy who's really the executive producer of the halftime show. So he gets to put his people in there. It's one of the greatest, one of the best deals anyone has ever made in the music business. And that is Jay-Z. But I mean, if he could, even though he doesn't represent her, if he could get Taylor Swift, I think he would. I assume she turned it down. You have to. Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio, aka Bad Bunny. I think it's going to be a collab heavy performance. That's what I think. He's going to have like Cardi B is going to come up and all these, because it's a very specific sound. I'm not going to lie. I don't listen to the guy's music. Daquiti, Titi mi pregunto, mi Puerto Bonito, Moscow Mule. These are some of his top hits right there. And but I think he's going to bring out a lot of sexy people, and it'll be a sexy show. Okay. Hey, Catnip. Buenos dias, my love. Mi amor. Mi amor. Absolutamente. Perfecto mundo. Absolutamente. American, to hell with the devil. Good morning. I'm late, but I'm here. Nancy, we were all waiting for you. And you know what? You're going to get punished for this. It's a terrible thing you did. You shouldn't have slept in. You know what? No matter what time I go to bed, I wake up at the same time, except today was early. I usually wake up about 5:30. Today, 4:45. And I said to myself, I always remember the advice of Dr. Oz. Now, you can say what you want about Dr. Oz, but he told me sleep at 65 degrees or colder because it's hibernation sleep. He said, don't lay in bed. Like, oh, I'm just going to lay here for another half an hour and get a little more shut-eye. It doesn't help. It doesn't do anything for you. It doesn't make you more rested. He's like, get up, get going. So I did. Okay. Now, Janine, how do you know about this? Did I talk about this?
You didn't, Billy, so that's interesting.
How do you know about Jim Acosta, Janine? This is interesting. Oh, this nose is bothering me. Don't pick at it. I can hear it right now. Don't pick at it. I want to see Jelly Roll. I haven't yet. Oh, I would love to see him at the Super Bowl one year. There's a Jim Acosta thing. I'm guessing you saw his Substack? All right, Janine, I want to hear from you again. There's Janine. There's Janine. I watched you on his show. Why are you watching Jim Acosta? Yeah. So I'm going to talk about this today on Hot Mics later on this afternoon. We have a big show. We've got a very big YouTube presence. Guy named Tim Pool, who blew up during Occupy Wall Street, but he's a big voice in America today. I'm going to talk to Tim Pool on our show, but before that, I'm going to address the Jim Acosta situation. Jim Acosta had me on his Substack. I just started a new Substack, and the woman basically at Substack was like, "You need to, go on some other big Substacks." And Jim has a good following and the whole thing, and they're not people that I think would tend to follow me or even like me. But she's like, he's got to be, I don't care. I'll talk to anybody, So without giving it away, because I'm still sort of figuring out what we're going to do with it. He was beyond rude and aggressive. I'm sure Jim Acosta posted the interview on his YouTube. Yeah, he's proud of it, because what he did to me is basically feeding red meat to his base. So, and he lied to me. He suckered me in through different topics, and then he turned around and attacked me about something that's very old. Really, 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 really upset me. I was pissed off. Took a few days, went to church with my daughter yesterday, and came back, kind of edited a little bit of what I was going to say about it, but I'm not holding back too many punches or my feelings, because that man is a bona fide asshole. He is. Okay, that's enough on him, but we will deal with it today. So if you're there at 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 Eastern, we will get into it fully. Okay. What about Kimmel? He's back. Yay, thank you. Yeah. You know what? It's funny. Final thought on Jim Acosta. He's a guy that thinks like, Trump is so bad and this person's so bad, such a self-righteous prick, and it's like, you're just as bad, you son of a bitch. You're feeding red meat to your base, whipping up your algorithm, for your subscribers, and lying to people to do it. You're worse. Okay, Jimmy Kimmel, Nexstar, and Sinclair cleared him, and they did it Friday night, which is always so quiet, right? Quiet day to assimilate Kimmel back into their lineup, but he's back fully across the country now. So, yeah, I think that was it. I think that was a big win for Jimmy. I thought he was gone for a minute. When they pulled him off the air initially, I thought Jimmy Kimmel was gone. I just I couldn't believe it. And then I think people rallied around him. I think Disney gets themselves in such a bind. Isn't it interesting what happens to Disney as a company? They just want to make a shit ton of money, right? But they're expected to be so much more to people. They're all part of our lore. It's over 100 to 102, 103-year-old company. They're all part of our lives. So they matter more than just making money on rides and movies and all of this stuff, and video games and Star Wars series and all of these things. So they step in it when it comes to Don't Say Gay in Florida. They step in it, when it comes to Splash Mountain, changing that ride. They every single thing, the Jimmy Kimmel thing, the paying off the Trump, they can't seem to get out of their way. And every time they just and I think what they're lacking is just like conviction in the leadership. I think of like Ted Sarandos, who's the CEO of Netflix. When the LGBTQ plus community was coming after him because of what Dave Chappelle and many of them, his employees, what Dave Chappelle was doing in his stand-up, he said, I'm not getting involved in Dave Chappelle's stand-up. I'm done. We support every person and they're allowed to do whatever they want to do. And I think just Disney has a hard time doing that. They make a decision and then they're like, oh God, was that a bad one? Pull it back. Shit. So that's my thought. Preaching to the choir, Billy. Every day I wake up and think everybody is stupid but me. June, yeah, I think Kimmel is really funny. I do. I like his, even when you don't agree with him or he says shit, he still manages to be funny. I find myself laughing. And in the end of the day, that's the job. Free speech is all right. I agree with that, Nina. Yeah. Billy B, so proud of both feet in and how you're not addressing the past. Well, with someone who doesn't deserve to share airspace with you, I am going to address it because but more because there's a larger point in there, Lisa. I'm not, there's a larger point in there about what voices we choose to listen to. Like I watched that guy last night, Spencer Cox, the governor of Utah. Nice Mormon fella. And of course, I think it was taped before the obvious horrific shooting again in Grand Blanc, Michigan yesterday, which, awful. So he didn't get to address that. He is a Mormon governor. But he was he was all about, just, God, healing in this country and listening to other sides and things, And so we have to choose the voices we want to listen to. And the ones that are on the fringes, like Jim Acosta, are tantalizing because they reinforce what we want to hear. He is not changing minds, okay? He is harvesting as many unchanged minds as he can. And there are people doing it on the right wing side like crazy. This is why, hot mics will be a slow build. I know that because I'm not pandering to one group and whipping them up because I don't believe in one group. I just believe that, the answers, like everything in life, lie somewhere in the middle. And those are the people I'm interested in. And, hats off to, hate to say it, but hats off to whether you're a follower or not, but Charlie Kirk, went to these campuses where kids were like, picketing and canceling any kind of speaker they didn't agree with or someone from the right wing. This guy went in there and took questions, made challenges, and that was amazing what he did, right? It's easy to sit behind your microphone and just whip up your base and feed them red meat, even if you have to lie to a guest and trample all over them and to do it. Thanks, Cindy. Yeah. No kidding. So interesting. Boy. Kimmel had someone start a fire next to his house, discovered early. Were they trying to, not his house? Oh no. I didn't hear about that. Is that, yeah. Mama Roll, he goes to Zoe Church. It's non-denominational. Yes, I do, Janine. Yeah. The great Chad Veach, Pastor Chad Veach, one of my great friends. It's amazing. Oh, here's something about Bad Bunny. Lynn says Bad Bunny was selected for halftime. Hasn't even booked any concerts in the U.S. on his tour. Not quite sure who he's picking for NFL. He said he hasn't toured in the U.S. Because of the ICE raids. I don't know if that's like a protest on his part, protesting the ICE, operations, but that's what he said. Or is the, I don't know. I'm sure he's, he's legal. So I don't think he's worried. Yeah. Kim, voice of reason, Billy. We are more the same, maybe a little more left or right on particular issues. Yeah, but mostly in the middle. I think, Kim, we are all mostly in the middle. It's very disheartening to see people go so extreme. And even the self-righteous ones like Jim Acosta, you're just as bad, dude. You're whipping up your base. You're not interested in actually reaching out to anyone. Wait till you see the text his poor little producer texted me after this, assault by this prick. I was like, you poor guy. You knew it was coming. It was all planned. And the guy felt terrible. A nice little guy. I would sell my soul to become Mildred. God, Mike, I really got to get that taken care of. You need some Neosporin, maybe? Just Billy, if they gave Billy that time, I would watch ABC for more than Jeopardy. Yeah. Not always, Lisa. Not always right, that's for sure. Oh my God. Wow. Well, the TikTok deal is looking interesting. The American investors are going to get it, but a coterie of American investors and one United Arab Emirates investor, like MGX it's called. It's a crypto company with whom Trump is in business. They get a piece of it too. Jesus Christ. It's incredible. But, along with Larry Ellison and Rupert Murdoch and Michael Dell, and the valuation for the company is $14 billion. That's nothing. Why would the valuation, it should be over $100 billion, right? And it might be 14, even if you're licensing the algorithm and you don't own it, like the algorithm doesn't come with it, you just get to license it and own it for the US, it's still over $55-60 billion. But it's 14, it's so low. Hot Mike's going to be the biggest takeover of all time, the tortoise and the hare. That's true. Yeah, we got to get there, but it's going to take a while because we're going, the middle is where I'm interested in. I'm interested in nuance. I can't listen to anyone who doesn't embrace nuance. You can't always be black and white, 100% right on something without understanding what other factors are involved. Nuance. Yeah. So in the Washington Post, Trump joked, "We all want TikTok content to be 100% MAGA related." He goes, I'm kidding. I was joking. I know that won't happen. Every group, every philosophy, every policy will be treated fairly. You think so? Or do you think they'll look? The Chinese have taken the algorithms and have fed, our young people anti-capitalism stuff, pro-Palestine stuff, all of that. No question. With this coterie of investors that Trump has put together and allowed, you don't think he's going to say, let's watch the algorithm? Of course. It's going down. Billy, you've already almost 75,000 subs. Takes a long time to get that many. That's how fast you are growing. Joy, that's what the that's what people say. I don't know. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Super fun. That's the best part of it all. Steve, are you okay this morning? Let's check in with Steve. Does everybody want to hear Steve?
Good morning. I'm good. I get all.
Scared. I look because I can see Steve in a window pane even when he's not on. I can see him it's called like a backstage pass. I can see Steve and I feel like it's something. Are you okay? Have you gotten some bad news or something?
No, not at all.
Don't share it with me if you.
No, not at all. I'm still recovering from, what I worry about. The first 5 minutes of the show, I'm still recovering. We're in a good place with the audio.
And fix the mic. I mean, the mic is coming through the computer now. I just have this here because I don't know what to do without it. It's just like a baby in a bib. You know what I mean?
I like seeing you smile and your energy, and I feel energy. And we were at the beginning, it was a little late. We're trying to get this going, and then you had come back in, so it threw off all the stuff that goes on backstage. So I'm pulling up the wrong stuff, and Billy, I get all caught up in all that stuff.
I know.
That's all. But it's Monday morning, and we had a good weekend, and here we are with our fans and
Broadcasting 101, the Acosta interview. Listen to your guest. Acosta, not a professional, proved that any asshole with a mic in there can get you to you. Yeah. I got him later. I guess, we'll be dealing with him later. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody want to talk about the Ryder Cup over there? I mean, I love the Ryder Cup. I love that event. It is one of the greatest sporting events of all time. There's so much passion in it. There's so much electricity in the crowd. I cannot get enough of it. And that's why it breaks my heart to see the fans be such assholes to the Europeans. I don't mind cheering like crazy. Reminds me when I was an AYSO soccer coach for my daughters. And I remember the league pulling together all the parents. They said, hey, there's too much coaching from the sideline, too many parents yelling, come on, Sarah, pass it. I told Sarah, you got to run to the other. Every father's a coach. And they're like, I need you to talk to your teams, all the parents on your team, and please tell them to only cheer, be encouraging, and applaud. Do not coach from the sideline. Do not yell instructions. And I was like, okay. So after a game, I remember I sat down with the parents. I said, okay, we all have to get together here. I need to talk to everybody. I said, listen, guys, it's really important. I spoke to the league here. It's really important that we stop yelling, commands at our kids. Let that come from me. And everybody here, please just cheer for your child. That's all you need to do. And this one very rich guy who I actually loved, he was such a salty guy. He goes, oh, yeah? Should we all hold hands and sing Kumbaya? It's like, okay, fine. Continue to yell at the kids. I mean, Jesus, buddy. Oh, God. It's like the worst, most thankless gig. But that's the thing. At the Ryder Cup, it's like, we should just cheer wildly for your team and out-cheer the European fans, of which, they are there. But don't throw a beer on Rory McIlroy's girlfriend or yell impersonally insulting things. It's just beyond lowbrow. I can't stand that. Yeah, God, it's just, but boy, what an amazing, the U.S. almost pulled off the craziest comeback ever with Cam Young winning in the morning and then Justin Thomas, who has struggled over the years a bit. And then he won. And all of a sudden, it looked like it was going to be the greatest comeback ever. And sadly, didn't happen. Why such hate for Rory? I think because Rory was outspoken about the LIV Tour, right? When they started the LIV Tour and everybody took the Saudi money, and DeChambeau took, 350 million or 250, whatever it was. And John Rahm took 350 million. And all these guys took massive Saudi money to play on the Live Tour. And Rory was a purist, and he was like, no, I'm not doing it. Rory would have made $700 million if he had gone. And he held out. He said, I'm sticking with the tour. I'm sticking with my sponsors. I'm sticking with the tradition. I'm against it. And I think that just, got, the people who were yelling and are rude in the stands are the people who, wanted to, are the same people pissed at him for that. I don't know why. It's the reason why I love him. I think he's great for the game. And Scotty Scheffler beat him yesterday, one-on-one. Rory dated Meghan Markle? What?
Bill, I looked it up. I think it's true. I see a brief relationship in 2014.
Get him on hot mics. Forget about golf, Rory. Forget about golf. It's not why we're here. Meghan Markle. Rory. Wow. That's incredible. So many thoughts about Meghan Markle. Yeah. Speaking of what's going on, I read an article this morning. Ladies, you got to help me out with this. What's up with the bra straps everywhere? I thought that was like the 90s, right? The 90s, the bra strap was everywhere. Jean-Paul Gaultier made the corset. Yeah, there's perfect shot right there. Gwen Stefani of the 90s right there. You can see the black bra underneath the white tank top. The famous Jean-Paul Gaultier, the corset, he turned it into outerwear. Madonna took the bullet bra global all over the place. Gianni Versace, Karl Lagerfeld, and Chanel. The world of grunge took over, right? Courtney Love. And then Sex and the City got into it. Carrie Bradshaw. Then you got Fiona Apple, right? Bras under sheer tops. Jennifer Aniston on Friends. She did it. And now it's like back in full swing. Sydney Sweeney doing it. I wear stick-on bras with tank tops. What the hell is that? But they hurt like hell. A stick-on bra? What's the point of a stick-on bra? That's crazy. I've never heard of that. Anyway, I don't know. Is it a fashion statement? Do we think it can be cool, well placed? Or is it something like, because then again, as of late, Steve, there's been a whole trad wife movement. Like women are like, I think we've gone too far with all of this craziness. There's a whole movement of younger women they want to be trad wives.
Yeah. Well, I just know with my teenage daughters, they got the bra, they have the bra thing going, and I struggle with it. But then I'm like, if that's what people are wearing, but it is clearly out there. The first thing I thought of with this article was Abby on the weekend with her shirt, and I see the bra strap while she heads out of the house. I don't know.
I've seen it on mine. I can't sit here and say, wow, Steve, you let that happen? I can't out-dad you on this. It's happening.
No,
I know you want to out-dad. Yeah, this is a moment you want to out-dad and be like, yeah, well, mine don't do that, Steve.
No, I don't.
They do whatever they want, but I've seen it.
Pick your battle.
I don't love it. Not a fan. I don't love it. What I am a fan of, one of my my youngest daughter goes to college and here in LA, and she loves to go to church with her father on Sunday morning. Like, what college? She's like, I love it so much because I like being with you in that setting. And she and I go to church every Sunday morning, and then if we go to the late morning church, then we go downtown Chinatown to this amazing Chinese restaurant called Yang Chow. Oh, been around since the 70s. God, is it good. And if we go to the early one, then you can bust over to Silver Lake and go to the best bagel place in Los Angeles called Courage Bagels. The line is around the block at Courage Bagels. And you got to, wait forever in your little table. And We sat there yesterday watching the first quarter of the Giants game on my phone, eating a bagel post-church, where the message was from my pastor, Chad Veach, whom I love: have a soft heart. Be of soft heart. So I softened my response to the Jim Acosta experience from the end of last week, but not all the way.
But Bill, I texted you late last night.
I saw it.
I texted you late last night because I saw the before and after, and I like how you changed it. I think your pastor's right on the money, and actually, obviously, that's a well.
But I didn't soften it all the way.
No, oh God, no.
Because you got to stand up to a bully, right? A bully.
Yeah, but you end it turning, right? You ended it turning and moving on.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve. I listen. You know what? Sometimes the Lord is sending us a message, right? And I don't think it's an accident that I went to church ready to fucking rip this guy a brand new asshole. Pardon my language. And then the message came in. I said, okay, let's think about it in a bigger picture here. What are the nuance? What's the nuance out here? What are the, what's at work here? What are the forces at work? And so, we honed the message. So that, and Tim Pool today, who's a really interesting dude, lives in a compound in West Virginia with his team, and pumps out. I think he's a pretty, pretty fair guy. He's a very smart guy. I don't know that I agree with him on everything, but we'll, like, for example, I think he and I feel differently about the suspension of Jimmy Kimmel. So anyway, that'll be fun debate and great conversation. And before that, we'll address what happened as we enter Substack. But I am on Substack, which Jim forgot to mention, which I think was the reason why I was there, to promote the Substack. Anyway, see you then. I'm stuck on stick-on bras. Is that like a song? You can make a jingle out of that. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. We're going to do hot mics at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific today. And rock on. Go Giants. Go.